Tonight, after you close your eyes, your brain will do something extraordinary. It will paralyze your entire body, shut down your voluntary muscles, and force you to hallucinate for 2 hours straight. And you will have absolutely no idea why. This is not a disease. This is not a malfunction. This is dreaming. Something your brain does to you every single night of your life. And here is what makes it truly unsettling. The average human spends 6 full years dreaming. That is roughly 2,190 days of pure hallucination playing out behind your eyelids that you barely remember by morning. After more than a century of research and thousands of brain scans, science still cannot tell you, with certainty, why your brain does this. For most of human history, dreams were considered messages. Prophecies from gods, warnings from ancestors, windows into the soul. Then, in 1900, Sigmund Freud published The Interpretation of Dreams and proposed something radical. Dreams were not divine messages. They were disguised wishes bubbling up from the unconscious mind. Every dream, Freud argued, was a secret desire wearing a mask. It was revolutionary thinking, and it dominated how the Western world understood dreams for half a century. But Freud's theory was almost impossible to test scientifically. You cannot measure a disguised wish. You cannot put the unconscious on a brain scan. As neuroscience advanced, Freud's elegant framework was gradually dismantled. Modern science needed to find out what was actually happening inside the sleeping brain. The breakthrough came in 1953 at the University of Chicago, and it started with an 8-year-old boy. A graduate student named Eugene Aserinsky was monitoring his sleeping son when he noticed the boy's eyes darting rapidly beneath his closed eyelids. Aserinsky brought this to his advisor, the legendary sleep researcher Nathaniel Kleitman. Together, they discovered REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, a distinct phase where the brain becomes almost as electrically active as when you are wide awake. This was where the most vivid, story-like dreams occurred, and it came with a deeply bizarre feature. During REM sleep, your brain deliberately paralyzes your body. Your motor neurons are suppressed, your muscles go limp. You are temporarily paralyzed from the neck down.
This paralysis is called REM atonia, and it exists for a terrifying reason. Without it, you would physically act out your dreams. We know this because some people have a condition called REM behavior disorder, where this paralysis fails. These individuals punch their partners, kick through nightstands, leap out of bed, and sprint into walls, all while completely asleep, all while fighting enemies or fleeing dangers that exist only inside their dreaming minds. REM atonia is your brain's way of protecting your body from itself. But it raises an even deeper question. Why is the brain generating such intense, physically compelling experiences in the first place? What is the point of dreaming so vividly that your body needs to be locked down to keep you safe? In 1977, Harvard psychiatrists J. Allen Hobson and Robert McCarley proposed a deliberately unglamorous answer. Their activation synthesis theory suggested that dreams have no inherent meaning at all. During REM sleep, the brainstem fires random electrical signals upward into the cortex. The cortex, your brain's storytelling center, receives this chaotic noise and does what it always does. It tries to make sense of it. It weaves random firing into characters, settings, narratives, emotions. Your brain is essentially a story-making machine that cannot stop creating narratives, even when there is no real input to work with. Dreams, in this view, are not messages. They are neural static dressed up as cinema. But not everyone accepted that dreams were meaningless noise. In the year 2000, Finnish cognitive scientist Antti Revonsuo proposed something far more primal. His threat simulation theory argued that dreaming evolved as a biological survival mechanism, a virtual reality training ground hardwired into our brains by millions of years of evolution. Revonsuo pointed to a striking pattern. The majority of dreams are not pleasant. Most dreams contain threatening scenarios: being chased, falling, being attacked, failing, losing control. Revonsuo argued this was not a flaw. It was the entire point. Ancient humans who rehearsed dangerous encounters in their dreams, escaping predators, navigating conflicts, fleeing natural disasters, were better prepared when those threats appeared in waking life. Dreaming, in this framework, was a nightly survival drill, and the humans who dreamed the most vividly were the ones who lived long enough to pass on their genes.
Then came the memory evidence.
Neuroscientist Matthew Walker, whose book Why We Sleep became a global phenomenon, helped popularize research showing that during REM sleep, the brain replays and reorganizes the day's experiences. Important memories are moved from short-term storage in the hippocampus to long-term storage in the cortex. Unimportant details are pruned away. Studies have shown that students who sleep after learning new material retain up to 40% more information than those who stay awake for the same period. Your dreams may literally be your brain sorting through the day's data, deciding what to keep and what to discard, a nightly defragmentation of your biological hard drive. And there is yet another layer. Research from the Walker Lab and others has demonstrated that dreams serve as a form of overnight emotional therapy. During REM sleep, the brain reprocesses emotionally charged experiences, but it does so while stress-related neurochemistry, particularly norepinephrine, is suppressed. This means you can re-experience difficult memories in a neurochemically calm environment. The emotional edge is gradually stripped away. People who dream about traumatic events tend to recover psychologically faster than those who do not. Your dreaming brain is not torturing you with replays of your worst moments. It is treating them. Perhaps the most fascinating frontier is lucid dreaming, the phenomenon where the dreamer becomes aware they are dreaming and can consciously influence the dream. In the 1980s, psychophysiologist Stephen LaBerge at Stanford University proved that lucid dreaming was scientifically real. He trained dreamers to signal from within their dreams using pre-agreed eye movements detected by laboratory instruments. Brain scans revealed that during lucid dreams, the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for self-awareness and critical thinking, partially reactivates. The dreamer exists in a hybrid state, simultaneously asleep and aware, inhabiting a hallucination they can consciously navigate. It suggests that consciousness itself is far more flexible than we ever assumed. And we are not alone in this. In 2001, researchers at MIT discovered that rats who had spent their days running through mazes replayed those exact neural patterns during sleep, in the same sequence at the same speed. The rats were dreaming their mazes. If dreaming exists across species, it suggests this is not some quirk of human psychology. It is a deeply ancient biological process, conserved across millions of years of evolution, because it serves functions too critical to abandon.
So why do we dream? The honest answer is that we still do not know, not completely. It may be that dreaming serves not one purpose, but many simultaneously. Threat rehearsal, memory consolidation, emotional regulation, creative problem solving, all running in parallel across 2 hours of nightly hallucination. Your dreaming brain is not broken. It is working harder than you ever realized, in ways you were never meant to remember. And if you think about it, dreaming may be one of the reasons our species survived at all. Every night, ancient humans entered the most vulnerable state imaginable: unconscious, paralyzed, defenseless. In our last video, we explored how ancient humans had babies and the extraordinary lengths mothers went through to protect newborns in a world full of predators. That same vulnerability applied every single night to every sleeping human. Perhaps dreams evolved not just to prepare us for danger, but to make the terrifying gamble of sleep worth taking in the first place.